Welcome to all of you in the refresher course in chemistry theme chemistry from fundamental to frontiers UGC MMTC University of Allahabad organized by Department of Chemistry University of Allahabad. I am Dr. Netaji Desai from Department of Chemistry Karmir Mahamasa Vidyodaya Mahavidyalaya Washi. Today my micro teaching topic is a comparative study of photochemical reaction and thermal reactions. Aim of this topic that is to study the comparison between the photochemical and thermal reactions. The objective of this topic is to study the concept of photochemical reactions, to learn a concept of thermal reaction, to learn a concept of photochemical reactions, to discuss the comparison of photochemical reaction and thermal reaction, and lastly to understand the concept of reaction with suitable examples. History of photochemistry. It is very important. That is the history of photochemistry, which span from early observations of light-induced effect to modern quantum theory and applications. This occurs due to the key development, that is the Crottus-Dapper law, which states that only absorbed light can cause a reaction, and subsequent incorporation of quantum theory, which explained that light come in a distinct quanta, that is a photon. Later breakthrough involved discovery of flash photolysis and development of photocatalysis in 20th century. So what is the photochemical reaction? It's the photochemical reaction are chemical reaction triggered by the absorption of light radiation. In simple case, any organic compounds or any molecules, when molecule absorb light radiation, it get in a ground state. When absorb light radiation, it get excited state, and it gives in a excited state. Okay, and this excited molecule then come contact with the other ground state molecule, and finally we get a product. That is the photochemical reactions. Just example, that is a well-known example, that is a photosynthesis, in which the tree, that is means there is a leaf which absorbs sunlight from sunlight, and in presence of CO2 and water from, and this CO2 and water in presence of sunlight, it gives a sugar and oxygen. This is a well-known example, that's a photosynthesis. Just photosynthesis. Actually, photochemical reaction that occurs in light. So, what type of light required for the photochemical reaction? First, that is X-ray. Second one is the gamma rays, electrons, protons, and neutrons. These radiation used for the photochemical reactions in a daily routine life. So other example, that is a for example vitamin D production, means when humans produce vitamin D when in presence of sunlight. And second is the degradation of plastic. Degradation of plastic occurs in presence of solar UV light. That means they photo-oxidize the polymer, and finally we get microplastics and nanoplastics. That's the particle is below microns. So second is the thermal reaction. That is the reactions which occurs in presence of heat energy. Otherwise, we can say the reaction at which decomposition of reaction occurs due to the heat. This is known as a thermal reaction and thermal decomposition reaction. Just a well-known example, that is the decomposition of copper carbonate in presence of heat. Without heat, there is a no decomposition of occurs from copper carbonate to copper oxide and CO2. But in presence of heat, there is a decomposition of carbonate to the copper oxide and CO2. It is happens only when presence of heat energy. Another example, that is the cooking of eggs. Without heating, there is no cooking of eggs happens, because of without heat, it can't boil. And other thing, that is sometime we can add the salt for the cooking of the eggs, because of in presence of heat and the salt, the temperature of the total reaction mixture increases beyond 100 degree. So that's why it is easily cook the eggs. And other thing, that is a one that is a replacement of reaction between the sodium and calcium of eggs. So it is possible to easily cook of that eggs. So major components, that is a comparison between the photochemical and thermal reactions. Okay, we know that the thermal reactions occurs due to the absorption and evolution of heat energy. But in case of photochemical reaction, it happens due to the absorption of light radiation. In thermal reaction, the symbol is used delta. In photochemical reaction, symbol is used as a h mu. The thermal reaction is a very simple one. It is easily possible, but photochemical reaction is very complex. So it's required a specific light radiation for specific reactant, and it uses specific product. Otherwise, in case of thermal reaction, there is no need of the specific uh, heat or temperatures. Thermal reactions are very fastly, but photochemical reactions are normally, we say, slow one. So rate of thermal reaction is depending on only temperature. That means when the temperature increases, then rate of reaction either double or triple. But in case of photochemical reaction, there is no need of the temperature, means the rate is independent on a temperature. Just we know the example, that is the cooking of eggs in case of thermal reaction. Second one is the decomposition of copper carbonate to give the copper oxide and other products. But photochemical reaction, that is the photosynthesis, then production of vitamin D, then degradation of plastics in presence of solar UV light. This is a common example of both thermal and photochemical reactions. So finally, we conclude that is the, so what is the exact photochemical reaction? The photochemical reaction that happen in presence of different light sources, that is the alpha, beta, gamma, or other energy radiations. Okay, and it's the rate depending on independent on temperature. But in other cases, that is a thermal reaction that occurs due to the absorption and evolution of heat, or and its rate normally depending on temperature. If temperature increases, so rate of reaction is a double or triple. So what is the outcome of this research, or what is the outcome of this topic? That is the from study, the student will able to easily differentiate between the photochemical and thermal reaction based on these themes, as well as in comparison of examples, like either in photochemical reaction, that is the photosynthesis, and thermal reaction, that is the decomposition of calcium carbonate or cooking of eggs.